Mountain camp to me is
For me, I feel like camp is a place that feels like home, and it allows me to do what I want, the way I want, and express it just how I think it should be.
Kind of like you stand on top of your chair and you sing Let It Go at the top of your lungs with your campers, and that's something you just really don't do every day. And I think there's just those little moments that you get to like just be a different person and be more of like, I guess, yourself in a different way.
The opportunity to try to share something that I'm passionate about with the campers.
Not only does it let you grow as a person, but like you get to see other individuals grow as people, and I think that's just a really special thing.
Mountain Camp runs on a bell system. Our first bell of the day is at 7:30 a.m. It is the wake-up bell. If campers had already left their cabin before then, they would report back to their cabin, check in with their counselors, make sure we have everyone. We then ring another bell at 8 o'clock. Everyone would come to the tables. We'd start breakfast. Breakfast goes from about 8 to 8:45. At 9 o'clock, we'd ring another bell. This is the start of free choice period, where all of camp would meet at the tables. They'd choose what they want to do for the next hour and a half. At 10:30, we'd ring another bell. This would be the first period of the day. Depending on the age groups, they would either go to lodge, outdoors, or the waterfront. This would run till noon. Noon would be the lunchtime bell.
There's a 1-hour rest time built into the day right after lunch, so everyone has a chance to digest their food before going into their last 2 activity periods.
After that, you then have hang time, which can be a variety of things from showers to activities to potentially going to the store to spend some of your lovely cash on some awesome mountain camp merchandise. And then at 6 o'clock you come back for dinner, and dinner again runs for approximately an hour, but most people finish in about 30 to 45 minutes, and you head back to your cabin, grab yourself some warm clothes and a flashlight, and you head back down to EP, which is the evening program, down at the campfire at about 7 o'clock.
Basically what happens is we break up into like stations. So some counselors will be at stations. Other counselors will be going around with their cabins, and basically there's a theme for the night, and we kind of create stations and activities and games for kids to experience that go along with that theme, and go from station to station and kind of like just have fun.
8 o'clock, we would go back to the main stage, and there's usually about half an hour or so of skits and songs, both kid and counselor songs.
Counselors get a chance to kind of like step out of their comfort zone a little bit and create these characters that are just so awesome. I think that's part of my favorite part of evening program, is we try to give like some kind of structure, but counselors definitely have a little bit of ability to like create their own characters, create their own stations, and like make it unique to their own.
After EP, which is around 8:30, we can do nightlife activities. So that can, depending on your age group, Blazers, which are the youngest ones, go right back to their cabins and get ready for bed. Older than that, you're allowed to do things like night ropes, you can do night kayaking, volleyball, grab some hot chocolate. It's a really kind of nice way to unwind after a really long day.
Pack your bag half full, simply because thrifting here is absolutely phenomenal, so you're going to find so many cool things you'll want to take home, and if you fill up too many things, you won't have enough room to take it all home.
I found that counselors, what they bring and wear is like very much personal preference. I'm always in athletic clothes, so I just usually bring like 6 pairs of shorts and 6 t-shirts.
I suggest you've got enough underwear and socks for a good couple of weeks.
We are in the mountains, and it does get chilly at night. I didn't expect to pick up a couple fleeces, but I have. I've come into 3 pairs of fleeces that I wear all the time.
Bring closed-toed shoes. Crocs are definitely a must because you can put them in sport mode.
Have a few shorts because it's hot up here, you know, a nice hat, a few sunglasses.
If you think that you have enough underwear, double it.
Every counselor is going to get an activity period off, as well as either that hour at night or the hang time off, so you end up with like 2.5 hours off per day, which doesn't sound like much, but if you're really capitalizing on every minute of that off time, like it is enough to recuperate, particularly if you give yourself what you need. You can go down to the waterfront and, you know, maybe get a sailing lesson from one of the instructors down there. You can try to pick up windsurfing, paddleboarding, kayaking. These are all things that we can do on our off time. We can use the camp equipment even when we're off the clock.
When we're on our 24-hour period off, we really want to take advantage of it. So there's a couple of different places that we can visit: Lake Tahoe, Sacramento, Placerville, or Pville as we're all calling it this year. Folsom is a really good one. And there's all different activities and bits and pieces that you can do. So like finding secret beaches, going out to have a really nice meal. We live in a national forest, so we go camping a lot. There's awesome outlets at Folsom. Hangtown is really cool down in Placerville with like lots of history and really cool bits and pieces to do, and they have awesome ice cream. Yeah, beaches, hotel nights, and yeah, just having fun with everybody outside of camp, which is really nice.
One thing that I would love a counselor to know before coming to camp is that camp takes time, and it takes a lot of emotions, it takes a lot of energy. You need to keep up with a good spirit. You need to make sure that your work is always done how you started it. You can't start at 100 and after 5 weeks you're like at a 3.
I'm on my phone almost 100% of the time when I'm not at camp. And at camp I'm on my phone 10% of the time that I can be. So we're not allowed to have it whenever we're on. I sleep in a tent most of the time. You're still not allowed to have it. I find it really nice because there's just not much that I need to be doing. And even when I am off and I can go check my phone in my locker, I often don't even have that much that's crucial that I need to attend to. It can be tricky if you feel like you have a lot that you need to connect to at home, if you have people that you need to be talking to. And that's definitely something to be aware about, is making sure that you actually have the ability to not be on your phone and trying to keep yourself free for the summer so you don't feel tethered to it. That's a situation I found myself in this summer with having to deal with stuff for school and like not really being able to do that fully. So as long as you can create time for yourself to be away from it, it's totally fine.
If you start to feel a little bit burnt out, or you're starting to, feel a little bit frustrated by some of the minor things that come up at camp, like just touch back in with yourself about just what an opportunity is to be here. To just kind of bring your eyes up off the ground and like look around, because we're living in a national forest and running just really fun activities with children. Getting paid to watch our friends like sing and laugh on stage. It's quite an opportunity, and I think that's a good reminder.
Everything is so unpredictable. You can't necessarily choose your co-workers or the kids that will be in your cabins. And that was something that I was nervous approaching, but once I got here, you kind of just realize that everyone's in the same boat as you. You're all starting a fresh new job. You're all from different countries. Even if you're from the same country, you're really a fish out of water. So it's been really nice just to have some sort of solidarity with this group of people.
It's a great space, not only to reconnect with nature and just get to enjoy the space, but get to kind of reconnect with yourself in that sense. I think camp is really great for that moment, because at the same time, you have those great moments, but you also have a little bit harder moments. I think you really get to find out who you are in those moments of wow, this is extremely stressful, I'm extremely exhausted, but this is how I'm gonna push through, and this is what it means to be me.
Camp has really meant to be me is having an opportunity to be crazy, and I found last summer that the more outgoing and the wilder and the kind of weirder that I was, the better I was able to do at my job, because kids find such comfort in a person who is just so comfortable with doing whatever. And that was really freeing, because that's not something that I really experience with adults. So to have kids look up to you and say, whoa, you're weird, that's cool, that's a pretty good feeling. So that's kind of what camp meant to me, is just a bit of an outlet to be a little bit weirder than I normally can be, and then also bringing that back into my normal life and realizing that it doesn't have to be reserved for the summer. You can just do it other times too.
Sometimes you feel a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many things going on all the time, and you don't know where your place is and how you fit in. But one of the best pieces of advice I got was that you're enough just the way you are, and you shouldn't feel like you have to do more, or that you're not doing enough the way you are, and the way you're giving your energy and time is enough just the way it is. And I think that's important for you to know, that you shouldn't feel pressured to have to do more or that you're not doing enough, because I guarantee you're probably doing just the right amount.
Coming to a place where I only need to do one thing is really freeing, and that I have all these responsibilities, but part of my responsibilities is being goofy. Part of my responsibilities is getting them excited to jump around the lake and to get them super hyped to like paint their faces and things like that. And so having kind of the meld of that is something that I'm gonna bring with me, that patience and responsibility are not opposite to like the quirky goof. There's time for both at the exact same time.
Mountain camp, to me, it allows you to have opportunity that you might not find elsewhere. And I think it's just from the community aspect of it. There's so many different people here that you're making connections and friends, and you're also learning and developing and growing with the kids. It's not just the kids that get something out of this, it's also the counselors. And that's something that I didn't really expect coming into this job, but it's definitely something that I've learned and developed and grown with, and I will walk away feeling like I've learned a lot from this opportunity.
I think the idea of going somewhere new and trying something that's totally out of your comfort zone can be really, really daunting. And there are many, many times where I suppose when you're thinking about doing it, it's very easy to talk yourself out of it. But to just know that if you do take the plunge and decide to do this and to experience this place, it is 100% worth it. Every single thing that you might be kind of questioning about yourself, will I fit in? Am I going to be okay? Will I be able to do the work? I think definitely this is the place for you, because it just has this wonderful vibe about it, and it brings out elements of yourself that you didn't even know were there. So definitely come, definitely try it.